Ladies and gentlemen, on the 19th of September, the OXBO Pack DLC will be coming to Farming Simulator 22. And today we're going to have a little bit of a look through it. It is quite majestic, to be honest. We have several different bits of equipment, all of which are around this field. There are 3 different buggies, spreaders, self-propelled carts, whatever you might want to call them. 2 of which are various forms of trikes, and one of them is 4-wheel 4-steer in the corner there, and we also have a merger as well. So we're gonna have a quick look through them. We're gonna start with the this absolutely behemoth of a spreader over here. This one is equipped with the muck spreader or lime spreader on the back of it. You can also though use it with a slurry digestate body on the back as well, but it just looks pretty impressive. Now this is the 85105. First of all, just the first impressions as you look around it. Really impressive looking model, really impressive looking machine, and honestly those features kind of carry on as you get inside. So without further ado, we'll jump on in, we'll fire it up. I have got the precision farming enabled as well, so that does provide extra configurations when you are in the store for things like nitrogen sensors. You're looking like you've got a bit of a class like cabin in here, class cockpit. First thing I did notice though, when you start up though, your key, I do like to see interior animations, and all your machine displays light up there too. What's really cool though is the maneuverability. This thing is huge, but it still handles like an absolute beast, and we're gonna have a look into that right now. So as I pop open onto third person here, so obviously we've got the front wheel steer, but we also have rear wheel steer there as well. All 3 axles really, all 5 wheels are turning. That's pretty cool. Look at the maneuverability of that thing, is lethal. It really is. Excellent fold there. We'll up our gate, sliding door at the back, and then you're all good to go. Open up our options there. We're pretty much set now. You can change out, and you can, based on precision farming here, you can use the nitrogen values there to adjust, of course. But we're just gonna go for it really. And away we go. Lovely looking animations coming off the back there as well. A nice wide spreading width too. And then you can even see the discs are working in the back of it as well. But a really nice looking machine as we get some lights onto here. Looking pretty cool with all the lights flashing too. And I just think having something as big as this is pretty cool to have in, actually, if you want to look into really that larger scale operation there. But yeah, really nice to see it come through there. Different design, and the attention to detail is fantastic. What I will do, what I always like to do, I'm going to come on into the vehicle wear there, and let's set this for about 100% dirt. Now that is a nice looking texture. I like it on the mud guards there. That looks pretty darn cool. It's very applicable. I think that is awesome. And actually there, see your fan is still a spinning. And then, okay, so let's clean it off from some dirt, and then let's go to the wear set on here as well, see how that's looking. And then yeah, equally, a good bit of wear on here, some nice looking metal on there coming through, so it does look pretty darn neat when it's all worn down. So we'll get a little bit of dirt come through as well, just to fit. There we go, with a bit of dirt coming through. So yeah, a really nice looking machine. If you're coming into the store to have a look at her as well, it is going to be this big one here. I mean, it's not cheap. 480,000 in that configuration there. When we stick on the, it's about the same for the muck spreader as well, but I think I prefer this option and would be more applicable for what I would need, but still pretty cool. Nice to see that you can change the wheels around. Not able to change the width of the configuration, just the brands and the manufacturers, but all in all, still very nice. When you do stick on the liquid manure spreader tank, which we'll look at actually on one of the other versions there, there's a lot of detail to be had on there as well, and it's a really nice looking bit of equipment. Check out all the chrome on the pipework down there. Really pretty neat. And with that being said, let's have a look at the 2 other versions. We'll start with a smaller version, the 84103. Much the same, just a single axle at the back, not the double axle, so a little bit more maneuverable. But again, look at all the different piping on here, which really makes this thing look quite impressive. I have just gone to stick one of the various options for slurry applicators on the back. But you can also use, as you can see here, the OXBO DLC that I have got equipped on the 4-wheel steel version there. What we'll do, we'll jump into this. Now the cab on this one is very similar to the machine that we just looked into as well. Same setup inside there, so nothing untoward. Very much more agile though, because it is such a small machine. This thing turns on a dime. It's absolutely brutal. And I really do like it. Much like the other one that you can see that's currently loading up. If you unfold the arm here, that for some maneuverability. Really like that. And then based off the loader controls, you can then move that around, move that up, move that down, and then also bring that pipe in as well, which just makes it easy when you're trying to access that field bowser or however you're filling this up. Drive on up to it and it will fill up nice and easily. We'll show you that as we jump to the other one, but as we have a look around it, yeah, just a much smaller machine, but still very, very nice indeed. From a cost perspective, it's a bargain. It's 382,000. It's really cheap, he says. Nice small manure applicator on the back there as well, which I think, again, really nice looking bit of kit. I do like that quite a lot. I actually really like the wooden greedy boards on the side. Some good detail there. And finally, of the self-propelled units at least, we have this beast. This is the 85104 four-wheel steer. Slightly different setup here. This thing is pretty cool. I like this a lot. I love the front end. It looks a lot different. The attention to detail once again with the loading arm is just superb. And this one is quite brilliant. So right now we are hovering over the tank. So we're just going to press the refill. Up goes the engine revs as it fills itself up. We're just going to leave it to do its thing there as it fills. A much larger tank body on here as well, as you can see. So that's going to fill up there. And I just think this one looks a little bit more... I don't know, it just looks a little bit more suited almost to having this kind of tank body on here. So that's really cool. While it is filling up, we'll have a look on in here. You'll see again, a little bit cheaper once more, 381,000. So it's coming on down, but you can really see this one has a few different options there. Now it is only compatible in this body. You cannot put a muck spreading body on the back of it. So it does have its limitations. However, we're now full. So now with this version, the arm is just a little bit different again, which is kind of cool. You do have a little bit more of a lateral rotation available, and you can also go up and down with it too. And you can still get that reach on there, but you can have a little bit more flexibility as to where you need to be to get it into the slurry lagoon or the bowser that you need. But then we're just going to fold it up anyway. It's going to get itself tucked in out of the way so we don't wrap it around any trees or telegraph poles, and then you're set to go, which is exactly what we'll do with this one. So what we are going to do is get our dribble bar at the back unfolded. Now we do, because it's four-wheel steer, you might have already predicted it as well, but you do have steering options here too. So right now we're on four-wheel steer. You can go crab steering left, crab steering right, and front-wheel steer only. But let's just go for a bit of that, shall we? All right then, and then we can turn it on. Stick it down. And now we're crab steering. Perfect aim for this is that we can set your GPS up, get into the right line you need. This is going to really reduce the compaction across specific areas of the field there, because you've only got one wheel hitting one bit of ground, so it spreads out that footprint quite a lot, which will give you that little bit of extra ability there. Now you can still steer and get a little bit of accuracy in there when you need to, but just really giving you that better soil compaction. It's a really funky looking bit of kit actually. I do like this quite a lot. And then we can just give it a bit of a turn still get around that corner there without any problems, and away back up we go. But look at it, it's just superb really. I find all these models, once again, because it's a Giants model, have been very, very well designed and made, and I just think this is going to be a really nice addition just to tackle a job that you would normally do with a little bit of a different approach. So really, really looking good. And then when you get to the end, of course, you just lift it up there, and then that's going to be you done right about there. There's one last bit of kit that we haven't looked at yet, and we're going to have a quick look into it. Farm Sim does have an awful lot of mergers these days, and it's great to have a different approach to rowing up silage there. Mergers have become more and more popular for various different reasons in terms of how they handle grass and the quality of the swath that you might be making at the end of it. If we have a look at this one, this is another nice design on the regular theme. They're all very similar. The only difference with this is, of course, that it only does left and right. It does not do a grouping into the middle. So right now we're going mode left. I like when you press in the middle there, you can see how quickly it changes, and then again. That's pretty cool, huh? I like that a lot. Lovely animation on the pickup reels. Don't do this at home, and in real life when you get out there, you can see that the tines are still going around nice and easily, and good detail on those as well. Walking around the machine, plenty of detail again on the hoses, on the hydraulic rams, pins, bushings, and all that good stuff. And also a nice little step up the back here, where you can get into what we assume would be the hydraulic reservoir there. Nice and quiet machine when it's working, and it's, yeah, very, very nice indeed. As you lower it down, not a bad bit of equipment there at all. Now, simply we'll just have a quick look at it in the store once again to round us up. And then we are looking at a nice and compact actually when it's all folded up there. Quite expensive for it is 158,000. That is a problem with the opposition resistance to these in real life as well as the cost of it to get out there. But yeah, it's a nice little bit of equipment, 12 meters wide as well, so you can really clear some ground. Now, stepping away from the fields and going a bit more Mediterranean here, we're looking at the final self-propelled piece of equipment here, which comes in 3 different variations. This is the grape harvester slash sprayer slash overloader. These things are pretty cool. This grape harvester is pretty much, you know, run the mill. It's very similar to the other in-game ones we have. The detail's still there. It looks impressive. Everything's working. Everything's moving as you'd come to expect. It's these two that really caught my eye. Now, look at this. This is like something out of Thunderbirds, and you cannot convince me otherwise. This is brilliant. This has obviously 4 different spraying booms there, so you can get into 4 different rows or vineyards or rows of vines, I suppose. And you can spray through all of those. It is very well made actually, but it just looks like you're sitting in some kind of machine from Thunderbirds, and it's great. It's really, really cool up here. So when you fold up, the animation's pretty neat as well to get everything nice and compact and get you lowered back down again there as well. But it looks like it's all air driven as well, which I think is pretty neat. Never seen that before. Now this is your another harvester, but rather than having a hopper on here, which you'll then reverse to a trailer and tip, you're just going to have to unload this one on the go. As you can see, the grapes are harvested through there. They come across this unloading auger at the top and then up and out the side here. Something a bit different. And why not? Why not? You know, it's a different approach to harvesting fruits that really I don't really know too much about there. So I'm all for it. Looks pretty cool. And we'll be giving it a go at some stage there, no doubt. As you can see, you fire everything up and the belt starts going. And of course, the auger there is on mouse control. So you can really lower that down to fit your trailer's needs, regardless of what you're pulling. That's it really. In a nutshell, that is the OXBO pack. It comes out on September the 19th, which is already next week. And I hope you enjoy it. If you do think you can get this, then check out the links in the description below to do so. Let me know in the comments what you think about it, which pack is the favorite of yours, or which mod you're going to be using the most. And I shall see you all in the next one. Till then, do stay safe, enjoy what you're doing. We'll catch you later.